Do you ever feel like after all the work you've done or all the things you've been doing towards your new life, you still feel like it's not real for you? Like it's not meant for you to get to the next level? Like I have a plan, I have a vision, although, things are never going to go the way you plan it to go. And even if you're doing the things that you have control of, I still have that feeling, there's something deep down in there that makes me feel like I'm not capable. Not even leaving my W 2, like I'm leveraging my W 2 to help me scale this business, real estate wholesaling, and then also growing my faith. But that old man, that old person that lives inside of me is still like, as much as I'm changing and doing different things and breaking old habits, like that thought process of that person that's still deep down in there, like he takes over sometimes. As soon as he sees me doing good and I know that I'm on a brink of a breakthrough, I know it starts to get tough. Like when you've been rocking and rolling, and then for whatever reason you start, you getting extra tired, or you're feeling a little bit extra tired. You don't want to do certain things. You have your non-negotiables, and even then, like on days where you're always flying through these things, there's a moment where you feel like you're getting attacked. And every time I'm getting through these certain points, I know that I'm at a threshold of a major break. I'm at the threshold of a major breakthrough. And in my journey, we're getting closer to God. Whatever He has promised for you, whatever God has promised for you is meant to be. I truly believe that, I don't see my life being the end all be all, being a 9 to 5 worker. And He's putting this vision, starting a business, obviously, and changing me, and from my old lifestyle to this new lifestyle. But there's that old person that still lives inside of me, and it's hard to like move forward sometimes. And when I look back at all the things that He has gotten me out of, such as a drinking problem, substance abuse problem, or not being in the right mindset, like, and then situations where I've overdosed before. Like when I look back at these things, and I know, like, wow, He's gotten me through so much, and like what I'm going through right now in this second is something that I haven't gone through before. But why do I feel like this is the biggest thing that I've ever been through? But in reality, it's not. Like I've been through a whole bunch of other stuff that He's gotten me out of. And I know this feeling feels so familiar, where I know I'm at the threshold of another breakthrough. Like, what they say, new levels, new devils. And sometimes I feel like I'm not qualified. Like, why do I feel like, like me, like even in my business where I've been able to close a few deals already, and now I'm getting the ball rolling. Like now I get on top of one mountain, but I look up and I'm at the bottom of another one. And that's life, right? And whatever it is. But sometimes the enemy gets in my head, and he feels like, man, you didn't do that today, so you're not qualified to move forward. You didn't do this, it's not going to happen to you. And then I let these thoughts get to me. Sometimes it doesn't let me move forward, and it just, I hate that feeling, bro. Like, even though I'm still doing something, why do I feel like I'm running in place? So I'm going to read this verse in the Bible that I recently came across. I haven't read the Bible front or back. I don't know too many of the stories, but that's something that I'm doing that on my own. But I came across this Bible verse in the book of Exodus, chapter 4, verses 10 to 12. I don't know the whole context of it, but I understand that God was calling Moses to he was calling them to do something. And please forgive me, if I butcher this, but this is what the verse reads. Then Moses said to the Lord, "O my Lord, I am not eloquent, neither before nor since you have spoken to your servant, but I am slow of speech and slow of tongue." So the Lord said to him, "Who has made man's mouth, or who makes the mute, the deaf, the seeing, or the blind? Have not I, the Lord? Now therefore go, and I will be with your mouth and teach you what you shall say." And what that means to me is, bro, I created you. I knew you before you were in your mother's womb. I know everything that you deal with. I know everything that you may think that you're good at and everything that you lack. You don't lack anything, right? But anything that you feel like you lack and all these things that you feel like may disqualify you to move forward, like he knows that already. He knows you. He knows everything that you're meant to be. He knows everything that you're supposed to go through in this life. So why are you coming back and saying that, oh God, are you sure? Are you sure this is for me? That if he put it in you, if he put a vision in your life on something, whether it's like, scaling a business or moving up in your job or, doing something different. And if he gave you that and it aligns with him, then obviously he knows what's supposed to be meant for you. So when I read that verse, it just makes me feel like, you know what? Like everything that I'm supposed to go through and all these tough conversations I'm supposed to have, all these things that I'm supposed to be going through, like it's meant for me. Like whether it's something that I don't want to go through, if it's something that, I fly by, I got to understand that I am enough. And that's what I want to tell you. You are enough. You lack nothing. You're already equipped with everything that you're supposed to, all the tools. You already have all the tools to move forward, to just keep pursuing, keep becoming. So, whatever it is that you may be going through, just take a step back, look at all the things you've already been through in your life. And whatever you're going through right now is really nothing. It's just another part of your story. And just think about the future, about when you actually are becoming and you're getting further. You're going to look back at this time and how you got over all the other stuff with God. You're going to look back at this situation. I'm going to look back and I'm going to be so please just keep pushing. Whatever you want to do, whatever it is that you want to accomplish, you got it. Don't let anybody tell you different. Don't speak to people that don't have any good intentions. Watch who you're hanging around with. Get around some winners. Don't be too hard on yourself. I tend to drive myself to the ground sometimes and I get burnt down and it's hard for me to come back out of that. But I need to understand, you know your body more than I do. You know your limits, right? But it's a thin line between doing nothing and going to the max, and that's where I fall into, where it's either I don't do nothing or I'm going balls to the walls and then I burn myself out. And this journey of life, I'm way past who I used to be, but I'm not quite there to hang with the other, no, that's not what I wanted to say. I am not, I'm way past who I used to be, in a sense where my mindset and where I want to go now. But I'm just, sometimes I feel like I'm not enough to be the person that I aspire to be. But, obviously understanding that I have to keep going. There's no quitting. My journey is my journey, your journey is your journey. But just keep going. Press record, press play, and don't care what I gotta say, you know? And I just want to say, I love my life. I love God. I thank Him each and every day. And sometimes where I feel like I could do things on my own, He humbles me real quick and He's like, okay, you know what? You want to go do all this extra stuff? Then boom, something happens. And then I come back and He's like, hey man, I told you so. Look, this past week, it's been rough. Like, we have these days, full transparency. Like, I'm not perfect. There's no one perfect. And I know there's things that I can't control, but we live another day. Like, not everyone woke up today. I got everything I need. I'm breathing. I got everything I need. I have all the tools that I need to contribute to my success. And the only person that's going to get me to where I'm supposed to be is me. Like, faith without works is dead. So as much as I come to God and, He told me that as long as I walk in obedience, He will make me the head and never the tail. He will make me a lender to many nations, but a borrower of none. He's telling you these things. But the caveat is you have to walk in obedience. And that's where it gets tricky. Like, as much as, we have to die to ourselves each and every day, we have to, give us this day our daily bread. It's a battle. You get a choice on what you want to do. Are we going to walk in this footstep or are we going to walk in that footstep? And sometimes the path gets tricky, but As long as we choose and we keep going and we keep them by our side, we're never going to lose. We're always covered with the armor of God. Keep going, keep striving, keep being great, and keep becoming.